Long way, get this shit a long way, shit a long way. Long way, hit the long way, 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 shit long way, long shit long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a long finish rich, yeah. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shot of no she don't really understand, man. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a mirror, she don't understand, she be tripping every day, she be tripping every way. But I gotta get this shit a long way, tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, yeah. Get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. I'm feeling like we be the new slaves, yeah. No, we gotta finish rich, no, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand, she don't understand, niggas gotta get rich. She don't understand, sometimes we gotta hit lit, no, we ain't hit lit. Tryna get the long way, yeah. Tryna get this shit the long way, yeah. Coach you tryna wrap up a entree, yeah. Told you the other day that did my palm strong. We gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Yeah, get the shit the long way. My bitch be trippin' back and forth like a palm way. My name is Tari, I ain't playing games, so I'm done Tari. Yesterday she told me that she about to leave, I said fuck it, bitch, we gon' get some money. I said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I went to got some money, yeah. Cause we gon' get the shit the long way, long way, gon' get shit the long way, yeah. Back and forth like a palm way, yeah. Man, I'ma get the shit the long way, get the shit the long way. Just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy. We gotta wear a mask, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, for me, yeah. So we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit long way, we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit the long way, yeah, we get this shit the long way, yeah. Cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, yeah. We gon' get the long way, yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host, LJ Young, the founder of SMD, and I am here to share my gift. And my gift is that I understand that capitalism is psychological, split into two parts, positive and negative. And debt slaves live on the negative side. And who are debt slaves? Debt slaves are people that believe they own with no money of their own, okay? People that believe they can buy houses with mortgages, buy cars with car loans, save for retirement while having 20-year-old student loan debt. Those are debt slaves, okay? All right, doesn't matter how you feel about it. These are mathematical facts. So what I do is bring people. Now, I was once a debt slave myself. That was me, a six-figure earning college-educated debt slave. That was me. Sure was, six figures, $160,000 a year. Gross, by the way. Make sure you understand that. That was gross, right? Gross. And but I had debt double that. Okay. All right. Then I got out of debt, freed myself. Well, excuse me, found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey said, take his baby steps in the calculator and free yourself. And that's what I did. Okay. Until I got to the part of Dave Ramsey's plan where he says, start putting away 15% into retirement while having a mortgage. But if you open up your calculator and put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal, and you see that large negative number, that means you ain't got 15% of anything to put anywhere. So I said, okay, it's time to leave Mr. Ramsey's plan, because that's called business. Because if you stay on it, you're going to go to one of whoever, Vesta Pros or whatever they call it. That's just business. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying it's business, where they're going to tell you, they're going to show you how you can pay to, you're going to pay them to break the laws of mathematics, which nobody in the world can, but you're going to pay them to do it. That's called business. So I left. Came onto the positive side of the economy. That's what I do now. I bring you from the negative side, change it from a debt slave over to the positive side to where you own yourself. Okay. And when I say own yourself, your credit report reflects that. Credit reports are owner ledgers. They keep track of all the businesses that own you. Credit scores are reward points for staying in debt with your owners listed on your credit report. That's all it is. Nothing more than that. Whatever, right? Bring it to the positive side. Now you can do anything you want. You're free. You can taxes help build wealth. Over here, you don't cheat on your taxes. You're not afraid of IRS because you're following all the laws, all that good stuff. All right. Anyway, welcome, Andre. I see Andre in the house early. Down south, Yella. What's up? What's up? How you doing? Anyway, I'm gonna bring our host, our guest up today, SMD family member, the Scout. What's up, sir? How you doing?
Like always, it's always a beautiful thing to come on this platform, man. But hey, man, in my background, still beating to that long way. I love that intro, man.
I know, man. That intro, man. That just happened to be the perfect, just the perfect song because it's money, and we know paper don't really matter. As long as they're capitalists, we can just run it. So.
Yeah, it like grows on you, The
yes,
song.
it does. Yes, it does.
At first, I kind of like the beat, but then like the way he be like flowing with it, I was like, yeah, I like this.
I like it, man. When I first heard it, I mean, this is years now. I reached out to him. I said, hey, man, it's all right if I use your beat at the beginning of my videos. Like, no problem, man. Then it's been that ever since. I ain't changed it since.
Right. I wouldn't.
It flows, man. So what's going on, man? This today's topic. I'm excited to hear about it, talk about it. Excuse me.
I tell you what, this is one of the topics that's been on the back burner on my head for like years now. I've been so enthralled into the evaluation process. The high school, I think high school, and I be thinking about like, building a program, And one of the thoughts I have is going back to my old high school, but that's a little bit down the road. Got to look into some things and stuff like that. And I got some stuff to accomplish on the evaluation side, but like in the back of my head, whether it be at a high school, college level, whatever, it's always been like, as you do the evaluation, you're always thinking about other parts of the game. And so building a program is something that I think, to me, most people look at it as time consuming and something they wouldn't look into. Man, that's just like the evaluation process. Most people don't like looking at the tape. I love looking at the tape. Just like if I had to build a dynasty, man, I'd be like, first thing that comes to my head is green. Go, let's do this.
Well, when I listen to you, man, it's clear that you already have the plan in your head. It's just time to, I guess the hard part. I wouldn't want to say the hard part, but just all the pieces, you got to put it together like a puzzle. That's all it is, and that's what we're doing right now. We're starting it. Whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be.
Right. No, it's just all of right now. It's just like implementing it. Like like say if I went to the high school level, for instance. To me, it really wouldn't be that difficult as long as I got the right athletic director, and from there, I just build off that, get with the student body and then get with the teachers, because that'd be important too, because they had to be on board with this thing too. And with the faculty, I'm talking about anybody that would be included into the program. I'm talking about, I don't care if it's the custodian. He's important to me. See what I mean? So you got to be bought in. You got to be bought in.
So okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you take it from here, man. I'm gonna just follow your flow so I can. Right. I'm just here as a I'm a guest too, so I'm here to listen and learn.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. So yeah, the first thing would be like applying. I would go with the high school level for right now, but this really applies for any level to me. Just like when I'm evaluating players, remember I told you like if it might be middle school, high school, college, or NFL, CFL, it's really the same verbiage. It just might be just adjusted a little bit towards the age. You know what I mean? But it's all the same thing. Just like if you build a football team, whether like I say it's the high school, middle school, college, or pro level, it's all the same thing. Because at the end of the day, it's all about people. Communicate. So that's why I don't really get too flustered about it, because I feel like, at the end of the day, I'll be able to communicate my vision to whoever to whatever I'm trying to accomplish. So yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, communicate it to us, man. I want to hear okay, when you say building a football dynasty, tell me what's going on in your head to like the first beginning steps of what the plan. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just
Right.
listening.
So okay, like I said, I would probably start with, let's go with high school because it's the simplest step, I would think. And of course, she'd have to get interviewed, and I would ask, what they're looking from me, and then if they ask me, one thing I would say is, like I think I mentioned in the last broadcast, GPA, grade point average, would be important for me. I would like to have that a little bit elevated, higher than what they might have for the regular student body, because like I said, not just football, but sports in general in school is a privilege because you're there for academics, not athletics. So I would need somebody that's both serious about not only sports and the football end of it, but also the academics. So I definitely would have the GPA elevated a bit, just to show me that they're serious about on
The players themselves. Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
They'd have to. And that's why I said the next thing I would definitely have to get, like, maybe try and hold a meeting, a brief meeting with the faculty, so I can interact and communicate with them. Make sure I got, their phone numbers and stuff like that, and that we're all on the same pace as far as whoever's on my program, that, I got access to for them to communicate to me if they might start seeing a little red flag or what have you in one of the subject matters they might be taking in school. Because, I'm all about the preventative. I don't want to wait till it's almost too late, and now we got to do overtime to try to get you, academically in line to play sports, So when I say preventative, like, say, I don't know, it might be a 6-week course. If in 2 weeks into that course, there's some difficulty going on, contact me and the parents. See what I mean? So then not only did you get a chance to hit me up, because I will be talking to that player individually at practice when they come, because once I'm alerted, but I'm also going to contact, their parents or whoever's, their guy or
now you're talking about a program outside of their high school and stuff like that, like outside. So when they go play high school football, they're taking your program into.
No. I'm talking about at the high school level, actually.
Okay. So I'm just making sure I'm trying to follow you, right? So you're talking about putting a program in the school, not outside the school.
Yeah. It's at a high school level.
Yeah, I know. I understand the high school level, but are you talking about you are working with them inside the high school, or are you talking about outside in your own facility?
Oh, inside the high school.
Okay.
Inside the high school. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I said, if I was named head coach, I definitely would get a call across to the faculty.
Gotcha.
Now, it depends on the high school. Sometimes you have to be part of the faculty. Sometimes you can be an outside entity and be a head coach, within the system. So it depends on the high school, but whatever the credential would need, I would be able to take care of that. But
so have you approached any high schools yet to
I did. I'm glad you asked. About 8 to 10 years ago, I was like runner up for the high school I was telling you about, and I came up short on that. And but I wasn't. I was upset at that point when I didn't get it, because I'm all about trying to help out, elevate the kids. See, so when I wasn't disappointed from myself, I was disappointed that I wasn't able to make the connection with the kids, in that avenue. But so I just went with the evaluation process and been able to touch, players and people that way. But so yeah, I wouldn't say it didn't matter, but that's something I can always go back to. So
when's the last time? Okay, so I'm just curious. So when you what's your next goal? Are you going to go approach the high schools in your area first, or what's your plan to get in? I guess I'm saying
right. Well, I would say, like, it probably be another 3, 4, or 5 years, to be honest with you, because right now I'm all in on the evaluation end of it. And I think I had mentioned it before. One thing I'm looking to do is the scouting service. So there's some things I'm looking into now, and I'm sure that's going to take a year or two to really get it implemented. But once it's running and up, and I got some of my ballers taking it over, and more or less running it, then I can go back to my true love and which would be the high school level and coach. And to do so, that to me, that's to me, that's more pure. And I'm getting them early, you know. Like I could probably do college, to be honest with you, if the opportunity came. But to be honest, I think I would want the high school level at this stage in my career, because I just see more of a need at the high school level. Because you know, before you get to the college level, you need like a basics. It's almost like basic 101 when it's like a construction of a house. It's the same thing when a student athlete moves on to the college level. You could be an excellent player, but if you don't have the right mentality on and off the court or the field, you're not going to probably make it. You know what I'm saying? Especially long term. Like you're not even going to look for an SMD type philosophy in your life, even beyond the football, because that your brain wave ain't looking for that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that a lot of times when I'm coaching football or individually training somebody or something, a lot of times what I'm doing is doing subliminal things to you, and you don't even know it. I might speak certain things in a football aspect, but really it's talking about your life. Like for instance, I'll be training a kid, and this actually happened about 6 months ago, and he had a girlfriend in high school, and I remember his grandparent had mentioned to me that she might not be the best influence. So I wasn't going to go to him specifically and say that. And so I went to one of his games the week before, and he balled out. And so we was talking about that right before we trained. And I said, man, I noticed that black vehicle. I said, there was a female. He said, oh, yeah, coach. He said, that's my girlfriend. I said, oh, okay. I said, man, I had a recruit a long time ago, and I remember he had a significant other, a girlfriend, and he was at the high school level. And what happened was, I said she was a smoker, just regular cigarettes. And what happened, and you know, he looking at me, and then I said, what happened was the word got out that he was a smoker, even though he wasn't. I said, so a lot of times I said, you know, I'm
when
not
you say smoker. What do you mean by smoker? What's that mean?
A cigarette smoker.
Oh, cigarette smoker. Okay.
So, yeah,
clear. That's all.
You're right. These days you got to be specific.
You got to be clear. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so like more or less, I was telling him that, and then all of a sudden I just changed up real quick, and I said, "Come on, let's get back out on the field." See, now after we was done, he came back to me. See the subliminal. He's like, "Coach," he said, "Now what happened again?" So. You don't want to focus on it like a 10-minute conversation. You just want to throw it out there subliminally. Because see, it's about football, but it's not about football. See what I'm saying? So I just use football as an avenue to help elevate their minds towards things beyond just football. See what I mean? They can help.
So tell me this. So what is I guess so what are your first steps to make it happen? I mean, are you going to get a person? Are you going to find a kid, or what's your first steps to make it actually start?
Oh, that would just be actually just applying for a job.
Applying for the high school.
Right. That's all you have to do.
Are you looking for a high school head coach, football coach, assistant? What are you looking for?
Oh yeah, I would definitely be looking for a head coach. Yeah, if I'm going to go back to the high school level, yeah, I mean, I've already did the assistant stuff, and with the evaluation knowledge I have, you know, come on, I'd almost be, to be honest with you, overqualified just to be an assistant, you know. So the evaluation process I want to implement with my own vision at the high school level as a head coach, you know, and like in my mind, you know, some people might say, oh man, you know, they'd almost think that I was boastful, but in my mind, I already know it's gonna work. You know what I mean?
Are you looking for local high schools, or what area are you looking for?
Like right now I'm in the Ohio area. So if I stay in the Ohio area, I would specifically like to go back to my original hometown.
And where's that? How far is that from you now?
About 30 minutes.
Okay.
About 30 minutes. And because the program right now, I say the last 10 years it's been on sub 500 as far as winning. But
I don't know, is that good or bad? I don't
that's
know.
horrible.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you play 10 games, for instance,
Mhm.
the minimum I think you should win is 7. I mean, that's just for me,
Gotcha.
that's like, yeah, even the first year for me, I don't care who we going against. 7 would be like just the minimum.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Just on the things I'm going to implement and the mindset that we're gonna have. I mean, I wouldn't just straight up tell them that, but like
Right.
if yeah, the standard is the standard. You know what I mean? And so
Mhm.
like yeah, if you implement the right mindset, and that's what I was gonna go back. The main building block is the
Mhm.
mindset, and that can overcome like athletic liabilities you might have versus another team. And when I say mindset, that means okay, I go in for the interview, I get the job. First, I got to make sure the athletic director gonna give me, the hearsay to do the things I want to do, because
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
very important about like, I want the parents and the community to show up to the games too. I want the stands packed. So that means making sure we got the right music. You know what I mean? Making
Mhm.
sure that we got the right performance at halftime, and making sure that we got the right pregame, the announcement, the whole nine. So
And
I wanted to become like Friday night. We got to be there on Friday.
you know, so crazy you with and if you started that, man, you could start talking to them about the finance part in high
Mhm.
school.
Right.
Right? So
Sure.
they'll be ready by the time they go to college. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I already, coach already told me don't do this, that, this and that.
Mhm.
Don't, you know what I'm saying?" They would call you any offer shoot out to them, they'll call you, "Hey, by the way, so and so reached out to me. What should I do?" "Oh, that's easy. Okay, this is what we do," you know?
Well, you know what's funny, LJ? Like, I can already envision, like, I say going into year 2 or 3,
Mhm.
it wouldn't be out of my expectation to have, let's say, since I'm in Ohio, I definitely have Ohio State coming in, checking it
Mhm.
out. See what I
Mhm.
mean? And
Mhm.
checking out some of the players. I
For
say it
sure.
would take 2 to 3 years because I would make sure we got to implement, the right training. We got to get you physically ready for that.
Well, I guess what we need to do is not, just talk about it, but how do we get Ken? What's the what's the steps to get Ken going? You know what I'm saying? What's
Right, right.
I guess that's what because you already have the passion. The passion's there. It's just that part to and now when I'm just saying like right now, I'm just saying there's a certain thing that happened in my life that's allowing me to execute on a different, not a different path, a more expansive path, right? So what is the thing that's gonna be to get Ken like to the next step or whatever? I don't know what that is. I'm just talking out loud, but only you know that answer. So
You mean, oh shoot.
get you into what's gonna get you in as head coach as a high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What
yeah, yeah, yeah. You mean to
Yeah.
motivate me? First, I want to accomplish the goals I had set as evaluator. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
All
Remember,
right.
like I was
Before
saying,
so
like,
you got something you want to do something before that step.
right,
All
right,
right,
right.
what is that step that you're
That
talking
that
about?
would be. Remember, I was telling you the process of starting my own scouting service.
Okay.
And when I
All right.
say my own scouting service, that's from the college to the NFL level. Evaluating players, bringing
Mhm,
people on board with my
mhm,
same mindset, and
mhm,
then maybe after it's implemented for 2 to 3 years, it can more or less run on its own. See what I'm saying? I might
mhm,
have somebody in place, and then that allowed me to go back over to the high school level and be able to do that, and still, overlook the scouting service.
mhm.
So I want to really get that going with the scouting service first, because that would be funds too. Financially, would be able to sustain me too. And at the high school level, I'm sure you can make money, but that's not even that's not even what's driving me. So I
Right.
want to be able to be financially secure as far as that goes. And then when I go to the high school, hell, I might even donate the money back to the program just to help grow it and make it bigger.
Yeah, I think, I guess okay, so what I guess my question is this. What is the all right, so what's the next is that a next steps to be an evaluator, you said?
No, the scouting service, to have my
Scouting
own
service.
scouting, because most
So
people
what is
always
that?
ask,
What does it take that to make that happen? I guess I'm just
well,
curious. What is
more or less you be starting from scratch. Yeah.
correct?
You
Correct.
know, like in your mind, like I wouldn't necessarily say it'd be a brick and mortar type building thing, but it'd
Mhm.
be literally like you're starting from scratch. Like I'd have to establish myself a little bit more prominent than what I am right now, among, across the nation. And one step I'm getting ready to do that with that is this upcoming year I'll be going to the NFL Combine. So for the
What is
first
that?
time,
What does that
that's where
mean?
they scout like all the NFL executives and coaches
Okay.
all be in one area for like a week
Okay.
in
All right.
Indianapolis, and whoever's who be out there. So you communicate, network, and so that's going to be major for me because
Well,
I've
how
met.
would you even get close to them to even talk to them? How would you get in there?
Oh, you have to get a credential, and I already got that. Yeah, I already
When you
got a
say a
credential.
credential, what's that mean? I don't know what that means.
Uh, to give you the right to actually be there, to be able to go
Oh.
inside, look at the players, write on the players, do stories on the
Yeah, yeah,
players.
but what about to actually talk to the people you want to talk to though?
Oh, they're
Are you
there. Like
oh, they're
they're
there.
there with you. Yeah, they're
Or you
there
can
in
walk
person.
up on them and talk
Oh
to them?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay. I was
yeah.
just curious. I didn't know. All right.
That's the beautiful thing, man. That's something like I never really tried to pursue it up till now, to
Mhm.
be honest with you, because um when I was younger, that was some people I looked up to. But in my mind, like I said, I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but I know my own success as an evaluator. So it'd be nice to talk to them and get to know them so that they know who I am and know that I'm like-minded and of equal quality to them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so networking would be important because if I'm going to start my own scouting service, then they could say, oh, okay, that's Ken. That's the scout. Yeah, we definitely would like to have his input. Here's how it rolls. Say you're an NFL team and you have, let's say, 50 scouts. You can only scout so many people.
Mhm.
So they have certain scouting services, two of them, that are prominent for the NFL level, even the CFL level,
Mhm.
where they look at like your evaluations on players and utilize that as part of their evaluation process.
Mhm.
So if I started my own scouting service, what I'm looking to do is become prominent in that. So they would want to use my service. You see?
Yeah,
And
I do.
so, and one way you can do that is networking with them. And believe me, they know after like 5 minutes if you know what you're talking about.
I'm sure. We
You
just
know,
get I guess just got to come up with the plan to, get your name out there. I
right?
mean, that's the only and
Well, that's what I'm looking forward to, man. I mean, I think it's February. Yeah. I'm looking
okay.
forward to being out there in Indianapolis, and believe me, I might be live on here on a Sunday while I'm out there in Indianapolis and have some
Oh,
guests.
that's where it's at. That's where it happens at.
No doubt, yeah.
Okay.
I
All
might
right.
be on here like live and have one of some coach you might see on TV
All right.
and have him interviewed right here on SMD
Yeah, we gotta make this happen now, man. Because unless are you planning on living forever?
in my mind. In
Well,
my mind.
sorry, your body's not gonna follow you. I
I
apologize.
know, right?
I don't
I
know if you
know.
knew that, Ken, but
I know.
you ever drive by graveyards? They probably all thought the same thing as you did,
Woo-wee. I'll tell you what, there's a reason I was up 5 o'clock this morning
Ken.
walking. See what I mean?
Yeah, man, you gotta get this executed now, man. You have the path. It's like, let me give you an example, like SMD, right?
Hmm.
Of course, I had to start this from ground up. I didn't know what to do. I mean, like nobody was listening to me, so I just started making videos. Period. I'm just like, hey, man, I got to I don't care if nobody listens to me,
Right.
whatever, right? Born SMD. Now I'm about to come up with 6 cents. It's going to take it to a whole new level, man. You guys don't even,
Mhm.
but it's brand new. So I got to just do it, right? So you got to figure out what's step one? What we're gonna do to make it start, because time's ticking, not that you got to rush. I'm just saying, just to make this happen.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one thing I definitely got to do before the combine is get more out on social media.
Hmm.
And remember, I was talking about the YouTube channel, the platform.
Yes.
That's my next step before I even get out to Indianapolis, because people got to know who I am. I mean, I've been
Well,
in the shadow.
look what we're doing now. Like I'm saying, we're talking about it now, right? So you can even take these links and use them, right? Just so they
Right.
can have an understanding of where you're gonna be, what type of coach you are, because you're gonna be a different level type of coach. I mean, and not only the passion you already have, then we're gonna bring in the SMD stuff. They're gonna be ahead before even college. So
Well,
we gotta.
what I was laughing about in my head is, like, remember we was talking about the high school level, and you was talking about before they go to college and all that stuff. See, it's already in my brain that, like, if I am in Ohio, I want to get you on that freaking flyer miles and get you out to Ohio one way or the other,
Of
and come
course.
speak to the players. See what I mean? And
Hell yeah.
so,
Oh man, I'd be on the
come on,
next plane. I'll be ready for that.
man, and Chip, man, you know how I am, man. I have you on the halftime with the mic.
Man,
See what I mean?
man.
I'm thinking about this as I'm talking. I would
Mhm.
literally give you like a 2-minute segment at halftime and give you a spiel. I might even say, "Hey, this is one of my good friends from years past. Getting ready to give you some financial breakdown, and not only about his YouTube, but him as a person." And just give him 2 minutes. LJ, come and tell the
Well, you're
people.
gonna have to give me a few football terms because they're gonna be like, I'm gonna just let them know, hey man, I don't even watch football. So
Right, right. They don't
you
need.
know,
Hey, and then I'll do at the end. I say he ain't even a football guy, but don't even worry about that, because
don't
it's
even
gonna
worry
be
about that.
implemented. See what I mean? It don't even matter. Yeah, they gonna love you anyway.
Hmm. It'd be a football owner and to be like, hey, I don't even watch football.
Right. Hey, check this out. I already got it. I had a smoke coming up behind you while you talking. Come on, man. We're gonna do this the right way. You're gonna have to come down on Friday night. See what I mean? Put it this
Man,
way, if you live in the area, right, and the game start at 7, and your boss wants you to stay till 8:30, you're gonna have to tell him Thursday, look, I gotta leave at least 6 o'clock because I gotta make it down to the game on time. That's the kind of dedication I want. Or, my grandson gonna be playing it this Friday. So everybody gotta be there. So if you don't mind, I can't work this Friday. Maybe I can come in Saturday. See what I mean? Because
mhm.
that's just it is that's what it's gonna become. I already know that.
So have you chosen a well, no, you said you're gonna do the
Right.
what's the next steps for the just to get the first part, this first part, the valuation part going first? What are you gonna do?
Now, are you talking about with the scouting, or are you talking about
Scouting, excuse me, the
okay, yeah,
scouting.
yeah, yeah.
I know I'm mixing up the terms,
Oh
but
yeah,
scouting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember I was talking about, like, with the YouTube, right? I already got in my mind. I might do just off the top, off the rip. A lot of times I'll do like stuff on Twitter, throw something up there, but I want to use the visuals, with my YouTube, and maybe have in the background maybe a player that I'm highlighting that I just might have come across, because I'll be giddy, man, when I'm going through college and I see somebody I ain't never seen before, and I can
Mhm.
tell he NFL caliber. He might only be a sophomore, but I can tell. Man, I want to get that out to the public, the people that follow me that might not know who I am.
Why don't you use this? Why don't you just use this platform for now and just use this to say, hey, check this out. I was talking on SMD's channel and I was talking about some football, or use your
Yeah.
terms or whatever you do, and just like right now, use this right now in this moment.
Hmm.
Tell them I mean, we're talking about it, right? And
Right.
then when you see the people that, I mean, you'll know who's ready to hear you. Just send them this link and say, hey, check me out. This is what I do. This is my plan, or whatever.
No,
I mean,
I didn't even think about. Matter of
me
fact,
neither.
you
That's
know
what I'm
what?
saying right now. Yeah,
You know,
I
so,
just thought about it.
something I just thought about what I can do for next week. See, I'm glad. See, we building as we will.
Correct.
Um, I evaluate players throughout the week, and I make profiles. Maybe I might tweet something out. The thing I can do next week is come back on the show with maybe one or two guys I might want to talk about.
Okay.
See, and what
Yeah.
that does, if you're a football enthusiast, not only are you getting the inside track on some players that, trust me, they're gonna be out there sooner or later, but you're gonna get the inside track. And like you said, this is something I can also tweet out. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
and then that's not only helping me, but it's helping the SMD. So
Yeah, I
that's a
mean,
win-win.
I'm looking long. Like people don't really understand. I'm looking long term, right? And that's what
Hmm.
we're doing now, and it's going to connect. Like a lot of people don't have foresight. They really don't. They don't really
Right.
look past it, but we do. And that's what we're doing now, regardless, right? that's why I want you to just use this platform. Just send these links out to the people. Let them watch it. Let them watch it so they can see you. Just use this right now.
Well, it'd be a beautiful thing, like, because you know how people they don't want to do no 30-minute listen or nothing like that. But you know how you do the snippets, like when I'm talking about
Correct.
that'd be beautiful, man. I mean, that'd be on your end. You'd have
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, if put it this way, if you go, like, when we're done with this video, okay,
right.
and all you need to do is you go back and rewatch it. You tell me the times, and I will clip it down and make a short of it. Okay, and I'll make a short of it and share it.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful.
So right now, you say exactly what you want to say, like we're just talking now, and then you go back and say, "Hey, LJ, grab between 10 and 20 or whatever," and then I'll make the short and do it. I'm gonna do everything I need to do to make it happen because I know it's gonna work for all of us. So
right. Well, I'll tell you what, I might do something from this week, but for sure next week I'll be ready to rock and roll and talk some serious football. Then I roll the sleeves up.
I'm gonna leave it in your court. I'm just throwing out the ideas, and you can just take it from there. Use this platform, right? Because put it this way, like, here's the Sixth Sense channel is going to be. That's what's going to take this around the world. What I do around the world now.
Wait! I don't mean to cut you off. You need to get more in depth on that one.
The Sixth Sense channel is going to be a whole different level. You know how SMD, I talk about debt slaves. Now, debt slaves don't know we can see them. Okay, they don't know that they're debt slaves, and they don't know SMD family members can see them. It's a psychological thing. They don't know that, right? Sixth Sense is a different level. There's another set that people cannot see, and I'm gonna be talking about it on that channel. I can't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it here because here they just know about. I tell them about the debt slaves and the psychological this and that. This is the next level, baby. This is going to take me around the world right now.
Wow. Okay.
But my point was this: I already know what's going to happen. Now, imagine people hear me, they probably think, "Oh, he's crazy. How does he know it's going to be around the world?" And people, because I already know what SMD. I've already discovered something. That's a fact. That's a mathematical.
Well, you had the vision.
I have the vision.
Yeah.
And it's mathematical fact. So I know it's going to be. So that's why I want you to take the same thing, shape it,
right.
Use this platform. Hey, the sky's the limit.
No, I'm glad I'm really glad you said that, because I'm not saying I don't have the time, but I think this is perfect for both of us, because like with the YouTube thing, I mean, I'm sure I could do it, and we've talked about it, but I think this would like bring me in slowly, you know what I mean, and to where I can eventually have my own site or YouTube channel, but it's more convenient for me, and at the same time, we both have benefited. So I think this is perfect.
What it is just the new. What it is new and it's unknown. That's all. Right. It's just the scariness of the unknown, but the unknown excites me now.
But I got to tell you something. I think you probably feel the same way about your Sixth Sense and how I do with the football. Like in my mind, right? Like I said, I do not want to come off cocky because I'm very humble. We've talked off the phone. You know how I am. But I already know, like, I would say this, man. If I was a stock, you need to buy it right now.
You know what I learned though, man? This is what I learned. You don't have to, I don't lay it out for, hey man, I don't think, hey man, it is. If you are that person, be that person, Ken. Don't say, hey man, I don't want to come off cocky. If it sounds like that to them, that's their problem. Period. Right. I don't do that no more. They're gonna you think I'm bad here? Wait till I get to Sixth Sense. People don't even understand. People don't even understand. Oh man.
Now let me ask you this. I gotta ask you this. So with the Sixth Sense, right? Is that gonna be open to the public?
No.
That's what I figured.
Oh no, you got to pay for that.
Yeah.
No, that'll be an absolute waste to give it away for free. No way.
That's too deep. That's too deep.
Oh, they wouldn't even understand it.
Right. Well, they don't hardly understand this.
Correct. That's why I said I wouldn't do that. That's private. That's going to be members only. Yeah, that's members only.
No, I like that, man. I like how you thinking.
Even with you, this is how I'm foresighting with you. I already know all I have to do is get one rookie player to understand SMD, and that is it. I just need one. That's it. I'm gonna change his life, his or her life.
But here's the thing, LJ. Here's the thing. It's gonna happen.
Yes.
Like, I'm not even trying to speak it into existence. It's already happened. I mean, man.
Let me tell you what I picture. Say like I got plugged into one rookie player. He found out what SMD did, changed his life. Hey, LJ, can you come in with me during the signing of this contract?
No
You know
doubt,
what I'm gonna do? Hey, I'm gonna call up Ken. Ken, I need you to come with me. So when they start talking that football lingo, which I don't know, I'm gonna say talk to him.
Yep.
That's what I'm gonna do. And
Yep.
then you can translate it and you'll translate it back to me and I'll know exactly what to do. This is what I'm picturing. So we're setting up this now to whatever's about to transpire with Ken's thing right now is going to be that thing. But
well, see, at this point, it's like we a highway. We're intertwined now.
Correct.
we at the hip now. You see,
we just have to figure out your piece. We're figuring out your piece right now.
Yeah.
Whatever that's going to be.
And so, like I said, I think with the YouTube thing, that's only going to propel things just that much quicker. Put it this way, before I even get to Indianapolis, they might not know me, but they're going to know of me.
Correct.
How about that?
Correct.
You know what I mean? And so once they get to try me in person, it's even, man, when you meet me in person, it's like 3D. It's HD because I mean, I ain't trying to, like I said, man.
All right, stop saying that, man.
I'm glad
I'm gonna catch you every time. Just be
do that.
I'm gonna do that every time you do. I'm gonna catch.
Right. Because
listen, Ken, if you have it, you got to make sure you let people don't. It's a different. Just say it confidently. You don't have to explain yourself. It is what it is. Period.
And like I talked to some other people and they was like, man, when you do finally get exposed, they ain't gonna know what to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's probably true. I look at like what Deion's doing.
What do you mean probably?
Yeah, like what Deion Sanders is doing.
What do you mean probably true? What do you mean probably true?
Oh, what I mean is they won't know. They ain't gonna know what hit them.
It is true. That's what I'm trying to say. Get rid of that word probably.
Thank you.
It is true. I'm gonna keep doing it, Ken. I know what
I want you to keep doing it.
I already know what I'm gonna do with you. Okay.
Right.
We're gonna stop that. We're gonna put a plug in that.
It's beautiful though. Like when I see what Deion's doing right now, it's so beautiful because
tell me.
Man, Deion. Now here's the thing. Remember I was talking about last week, he's over at Colorado. Okay. And he was the one that took all the kids from in the port, got rid of a lot of the kids that was already on the team when he got there. And then brought in a slew of kids from the portal. That means other teams, and they've been successful. I think they're like 2-1. So they did the first two games. They outdid what they were supposed to do. They should have been 0-2, but they went 2-0. Yesterday they got beat down. I think it was like 42-6.
Now, are you talking about the team? He left it. I remember him leaving one place.
He was at Jackson State.
More money.
He was at Jackson State, HBCU, the black.
Okay, but he left and got a whole ton of money to go to another place, right?
Right.
Okay, so now he's you're talking about the new place he's at.
Right, Colorado.
Okay. All right.
But now let's backtrack. When he was at Jackson State, he won two, I think he won his division. I think he won 2 of them, 2 back-to-back. So everywhere he's been successful. Then if you backtrack before that, in high school, he was successful in Texas. And like I mentioned before to you, going back even further, maybe 6-7 years ago, I met him in person through somebody else, that I knew in Akron. And he brought his team out there in Texas. And I briefly talked to him real quick. And I put it, I think we're like-minded. We just got different styles. That's what I would say about Deion.
So tell me this. So when you talk about Deion, right now, do you compare yourself to him, or how are you looking at him?
Wow. It's when now this might, like I said, this might sound outlandish, but there's people like that I know that have known me for years, right? And we be talking on the phone, they be like, man, they was like, Deion did what you was planning on doing all along. You see what I'm saying? So here's the thing. I've met him before, and like I said, we talked briefly. There's things that Dion has that, how do I say? He has more of the publicity, the style, the cachet than I do. But one thing I know for a fact that I got more than them, even though he's good at evaluating, there's no question in my mind I can out evaluate him. Like, we both have strengths.
And
Put it this way,
get
I think
stronger in other areas, correct?
right.
Yeah.
We're strong across the board, but he has strengths that he has. And put it this way, if I went at the collegiate level, I would love to go against him.
Okay, let me ask you this: could you do what he does right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I mean. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
See how quickly you answered that question?
Yeah.
No hesitation.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
when I look at this, and the reason why I asked you how you look at him, this is why I said that. When I see Michael Jordan, I'm Michael Jordan. When I see Tesla, I'm Elon.
Yeah.
When I see Warren Buffett, I'm Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
I'm them. I don't look at them as like, oh, they know. They just they confident. They did what they did. I don't now, I'm not saying I literally think I'm them. I'm just saying as far as goals and I'm them, period. That's it. It doesn't matter.
There's no stutter in your game.
No, there's no stutter. Just like when I ask you, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So now we got to get you to that point. That's what it's just that first. You just got to get in, and then you're just gonna take off. It's Ken's natural ability, what he's been doing all his life, is gonna kick in. That's what I'm saying. If I get in with a player and hey, come to this football,
now I gotta get you out of that. I gotta get you out of that.
I'm flying Ken in. Hey, man, I don't
know.
No,
I gotta get LJ. I gotta get you out of that. You said F. Ain't no F's. Win.
Oh, win. I'm sorry. Thank you for catching that.
Absolutely.
When that happens, you're right. You're right. Thank you for catching. When that happens, I'm calling Ken. I don't know anything about football. What do you know about this? Nothing. Watch this. Hey, Ken, come on in. He does.
And we're gonna close the deal no matter what.
Correct.
Like somebody asked me, one of the aspirations I had a few years ago, I think I spoke about it. You know, I'm a Buckeye. I grew up in Ohio. I mean, that's just when I came through the pipe, that's what you you don't have no thoughts, aspirations as a player going somewhere else if you grew up in Ohio. See what I mean? So my thing was always if I couldn't become a player as I got older, I said if I couldn't get on the coaching staff, I would love to be a recruiter. So the things in my bread basket for the football is starting the scouting service, going back to the high school, and being a head coach. And if I ever get time, also helping out Ohio State with
recruiting. What does it take? So what does it take to start the scouting service? Getting LLCs or what's the first step?
Definitely getting the LLC, but then I'd have to get a crew.
No, this is what I say. This is what I do. I'm gonna share with you what I do. Okay. I don't go past the present moment. Okay. I try not to go. I do not. Don't get me wrong. It's not nothing to do with foresight. I'm talking about physical steps, right? So figure out, okay, the license, just the step one. You know what I'm saying? Just start at the basics. Step one, okay, I get an LLC. What is this code? Does it have to be under? Bloggity blah. You know, you just hire somebody to do that. I'm just going, hey, I need to do this. You set all that stuff up. I don't want to know how to do it. Just tell me where.
Let the professionals do their thing.
Let the professionals do their thing. So we start with step one, man, because it really does. Believe it or not, Ken, it's a push. Oh man, I didn't spend the money on this license. All right, let me go the next step. What I got to do then?
Right. Well, you know what? I do have an LLC.
But is it the scout?
Yeah, it's actually for football, so I can definitely use that.
But is it specifically for what you're trying to do now?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right.
So I think that step one is probably already done. And I think the next step is like the people that I know in the football realm is getting and conversating with them and ask them, is this something they'd be willing to come into?
Well, I guess you can just say it right now. So when you send them this link, tell them what to do. Tell them what you're going to
put it this way. If there's some aspiring evaluators that want to evaluate from the college to NFL level, definitely contact me one way or the other.
How can they get a hold of you?
We can talk.
What's your contact info? Say it out loud.
Oh yeah. Well, if you want to hit me on the email, it's the Scout THESCOUT and then the number 21 at yahoo.com. And then if you want to hit me on the Twitter, it's first down, just like it sounds, 1ST down, DOWN _ scout.
And what I want you to do too is, Ken, when we get off, man, email that to me, and I can put it in the details of this video, so they can, because I want them to be I want to make sure it's the easiest way to get to you. Okay, so
wow, yeah,
all right, we're gonna
I
do
really
that.
appreciate this, LJ, for real.
Hey, man, hey, listen, both it helps us both. I want to see you be a multimillionaire.
And you
I
know
won't
I
hate.
want to see you.
I won't hate. I'll be like, hey, man, I counted with you. Come on, let's go.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, okay, when that happens for me, you hear what I said? When that happens for me, you
Oh,
know,
yeah, I
you
hear you. I hear
automatically
you.
know you on board. So there ain't nothing to talk about.
Right. That's what I'm talking about, man. This is how you do it. This is
Yeah.
how you do it.
Well, you can't do it all by yourself.
No, you can't.
There's no way.
No.
Even if you was good at everything, there ain't enough time, LJ. Come on.
You already have the passion, man. We have the passion.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
And you know, I got the talent. And the reason I say that, because I've worked on it over the years, you know.
Correct. It's just that first step. I know what it is, Ken. It's just this first step of the unknown. That's it. That's it. Once you get over it. I remember when I thought about first quitting my 6-figure job. Oh man, I slept on that for like a month.
Oh,
I
I
was
can
like,
imagine.
oh,
I can
I was so
imagine.
scared till the day it came. Then I put in my 2 weeks. Because once I put in my 2 weeks, I can't go back now.
Yeah.
Put that 2 weeks in, I was like, okay, it's done. It's executed. Thank
Yeah.
God I did it. I was scared too, nervous.
You know, that I will say this, years ago, back when I was married, I had a job, early 90s, and it was making 20 something an hour, right? You know, and I made the decision, after speaking to my wife at the time, to leave. Now you got to understand, that's probably what, 80,000 now, 100 maybe, I don't know. You know, if you relative to what it was back then. And you know, I look back and I go, but that was not only because I'm not still married to her, but that wasn't a smart decision. And I remember when I left after the 2 weeks, I was going out the gate. Man, I know exactly how you feel, because I was like, what am I doing? You know, like people was dying to try to get in there. And I'll never forget, I put my 2 weeks in, and they was like, Ken, what are you doing? Nobody leaves here. They said, are you sure? They told me, make sure and take another 2 weeks and talk this over with your wife.
Nobody leaves here.
Right.
Wow.
And
That's crazy to even say.
Oh my God. But here's the thing though, LJ, like through my life, I've always been like a risk taker.
Oh, okay.
You see what I mean? Like independent. And so like, it doesn't scare me to take chances, because I know I can always bounce back.
Correct.
See, once you've done it before multiple times, I'm not saying there's no fear, but the fear is very balanced, because like I can bounce back. See what I mean?
I use fear now. Every time fear comes in my life, I turn around and say, why are you here? What you here for? What's your reason? And then it shows me. Fear, what's so crazy, Finn? I've learned that fear is not to be feared. It's there to tell you something. All you got to do is turn around. All I had to do was stop, turn around, and say, okay, you keep coming back no matter where I go. Okay, what do you want? And then it points. It says, that. Get that out of here. And then I do it.
You know, the more we get to talk, the more I see the mirror put up against me when you talk, because this has not been like an accident that we got together, Andre or LJ, because like, and I've noticed that with like people that I come across that might be successful or what have you, you do have those similar traits. Like fear doesn't cripple you. You know what I'm saying?
Talking to me?
No, like what I'm saying, like-minded people. If you know what I'm
I
saying?
use it. It's
Fear,
not
it doesn't
scary at
cripple
all.
you. It doesn't cripple you whatsoever. Because like once you've been down before and you know how to get back up, what's to be scared about?
That's why I said fears. False evidence appearing real psychologically.
That's deep.
See what I'm saying? The average person be like, oh, you spelt it wrong. That's an S, not a P. Psychologically starts with a P. Does it sound like it starts with a P?
Well, see, you're concentrating on the things that's not important.
Correct. Exactly.
The message.
The
See?
message. Correct. Exactly.
You know what I
And
mean?
but again, they don't know that. That's the gift.
Is that a reason why you might be making that 6 cents?
Oh, that's exactly why I'm making it, because there's a like here, let me give you an example of what I mean, but on the SMD side about the psychological. Okay. If I came up to a debt slave and said these things, hey, a mortgage can't buy a house. Now remember, these are mathematically true statements, but they have no idea what they mean.
Yeah.
You can't buy a house with a mortgage. It only takes 1 day to buy a house.
Mm.
You can't profit on mortgage rental properties.
Mm.
You can't. Now, if I say those are psychological, mathematically true psychological statements,
Mhm.
they don't know what any of that means. Literally, they have no clue.
And you know what's crazy? You could be talking to an accountant or a realtor, and they be the
Correct.
same person. Because at the end of the day, that's their job. But that as a person, they're blind.
Correct. If I go up to a professional accountant and I find out they're in personal debt, that means they're blind. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Especially like to me, a professional lawyer, tax, they're like at the top of the tree to me to not be in debt, personal debt.
Yeah.
That's like mandatory. And if they don't know that, they're blind as well.
Right.
See, but that's what I mean. So the 6 cents is going to be a different type of, there's another piece that many people don't know that I just learned.
Well, that'd be like me as an evaluator. If I, when I go to the combine in Indianapolis, right? And I'm talking to one of the other evaluators, and I say, "Man, that running back, he got some nice ankle flexion, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Huh?" Now, I don't necessarily think he should know that, because see, some of these sayings are my own. They've never heard this type of
Yeah, I
stuff.
don't even know what that means.
Right,
Ankle
right.
bending or something. The way your ankle bend or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. It's like unique, you see. But like when I explain to him, if he's still going, huh? Wow. See,
Gotcha.
now I'm concerned.
Now I'm
See,
concerned.
now I'm concerned.
Well,
See,
that's
that
the same
shows me
thing.
like,
I think you know a lot of psychological type stuff that you're not recognizing because you just naturally know it.
right, right, right. Well, what's weird is my boys, they're one's in his 30s, one's 28, 123.
Mhm.
And so throughout the years, growing up in the house, they just learn football, right?
Mhm.
So they be giving me feedback like, man, when I be talking to people, they just don't be on the level. I be like, what you mean? Cause you, dad, the stuff you talk,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But I don't realize that stuff.
Right.
So as they're watching games with somebody, they might say something, the ankle flexion, hidden yardage, something like that. And then people looking at them like, what? You know what I mean? What are
See,
you
and that's what
talking
I
about?
mean. That's what I mean. That will be your advantage, just like S&D's advantage for me. It's
Right,
just like that's your advantage. I think you gotta recognize that you're speaking a language that some people don't even know, and you can
right, yeah.
identify it as soon as they say, "Huh?" You're like, oh, "Okay, I know where you're at,
Mhm.
what level you're at."
Well, remember, like I was talking about Dion, right? Dion
Mhm.
Sanders. And I could actually talk to him and break his game down to him in a verbiage that he wouldn't even know what I'm talking about.
Mm. Mm.
See what I'm trying to say? Like, but
Mm.
once I explained it, since he's a baller, he go, "Oh, I got you, Ken."
Mm.
See, he would be in the club, but he ain't elevated to my mindset as an evaluator.
Mm.
He,
But that
he's a
means
Hall- he-
he just does something different than you,
right.
right?
He's a Hall
Okay.
of Fame football player and an
Right.
excellent coach. I can't take nothing away from him,
Okay.
but
Okay.
he cannot. I can tell you right now, man. He's a good. How he's a good evaluator of talent, but he ain't on the level of a.
It sounds like to me, a guy like that now, and I don't know, I'm just saying,
Mhm.
you follow him more than me, he would appreciate a person like you on
Absolutely,
his team. But
yeah.
okay, so how how would you get his attention?
You know what sounds crazy? I don't even want his attention.
Well, I
You
mean,
what I mean by that is
yeah,
like in in my
you are
mindset,
him. You don't really need to be
yeah,
yeah.
like there's
No, and
nothing.
when I say this attention, when I
Mhm.
say to get a hold of him, I say work with him, not under him.
Oh no,
That's what I'm
see,
saying. I want to make sure I'm
yeah,
clear. How do
yeah.
you get his attention to work with him?
Well, you know, that kind of really ain't my aspiration.
Right. No, I'm just talking.
Oh, you mean to get his attention? I
I
probably would
mean,
have
I
to
don't know.
go.
I'm just talking out loud.
I
For
think I
me.
know what you're talking about. Just to network, just to like even have a conversation with him.
A guy. Okay, so like this, he doesn't know what type of skill you have to
Yeah,
work
yeah,
with him, right? He
right,
doesn't know what level. So to him,
yeah,
he's probably, oh, this is just another guy trying to be
right,
my
yeah,
friend or
yeah,
whatever. Who knows, right? Because
yeah.
you can only imagine how they have to filter people. You come as Ken, confident.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I do.
Oh man, I would blow his mind in 3
That's
minutes.
what I'm saying. I think the way you would talk to him, I think he
Yeah,
would recognize
yeah.
it. That's
See,
all I'm
because I
saying.
can talk to him on a baller level and evaluator
Right.
and combine it that where it would just blow his mind.
Right.
Like if he was on an electrical circuit, it would just short right there. You know, I'm just because look, I've been on a lot of platforms where I was talking with so-called professional evaluators and they can't keep up.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But like at the time, sometimes I wouldn't know who the other person is talking, but I come to find out down the road. So that's why it's not just that, but other players, you know, over the years I've done and I've been in contact with that I seen before other people seen way before them. Like the confirmation is beyond. I don't need confirmation. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
confirmation ain't even needed. All I need is the platform to place my confirmation so I can grow, so I can help others like me.
See, and that's why I'm having you say that here. So
Yeah,
now if people ask some questions, you just send them this link so
right,
they can understand
right.
what kind of scout you are. Because I don't
Yeah.
think, like, people have never heard of SMD, and this is probably the
But
only
they
channel,
need to. They need to.
on the internet, right?
Yeah.
Now the reason why I say probably, because I just discovered this, so of course I,
Mhm.
I'm not the only one, or barely, you know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
but I'm the only one that delivers it this way. This is just my own style of delivering what was already here.
Well, you don't I gotta say this. In your feedback, you don't hesitate.
Correct.
And see, you ever notice somebody that got a passion for what they do? You don't need no script. You can go 3 hours if you really had to.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, I could literally talk about a player, like, put it this way. What was that thing they had back in Star Trek where they could zip you somewhere?
Transporter.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
If I was getting ready to take a shower at the house, right? And somebody gave me a call, we're gonna transport you in 5 minutes on ESPN. We want you to talk about this player. Can you do that? I'd be like,
Mm.
give me 4 minutes, I'll be ready. I mean, I don't need no. You see what I'm saying? If I already looked at that player, especially if I like him, I could go like 40 minutes easy without.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's all it is. You just
Just,
gotta.
just like if somebody asked you a question that was SMD related on a financial end, you telling me come on, you can give them 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different examples
Mhm.
on angles. Ain't no way the question they ask won't be answered.
Well, see, that's what so like somebody invited me on the stage, right?
Hmm.
SMD, we've invited SMD, and SMD will accept all people that, up on stage with them that may disagree with them. If they disagree with me, that means they're disagreeing with math. So before they
Yeah,
even come up on stage, they already lost. They don't even
right,
know.
right.
They don't even know they lost. See, that's the advantage.
Yeah,
That's the advantage that you have. Just the way you are, that they don't even know until they get the type of scouting service that you're gonna offer,
hmm.
because it's I mean, they don't even get it.
Like I remember you mentioned, like, let's take LJ out of it.
Mhm.
I have other people that man, they come to me, they ask me different type of questions, like, man, why ain't you doing this? Why ain't you? And I understand what they're saying. I really do. And that's why I'm trying to get on other platforms to get out there. And
Mhm.
the questions they'll ask me is, man, don't you want to work with an NFL team? And the answer is no.
Mhm.
See that the majority of people that you would think that's like your final destiny.
Right. Like everybody's.
Yeah, but no disrespect. Like I already know the players that are good and bad on each roster. I already knew that before they were drafted.
Mm. Mm.
See what I'm saying? So like, why unless you're gonna give me full reign as the general manager to make the moves, I'm not coming in as no scout. For what? That's a waste of my time. See what I'm saying? I have to be, if you're gonna have me come into it, I know it sounds preposterous, but if I'm gonna come into an NFL team, I'm gonna have to be the general manager. I'm gonna have to be the one making the moves for the roster.
Got to get you there, man. That's what
I
it
mean,
is.
why am I gonna report to somebody and ask if we can acquire somebody?
That's the service you start. Then that's what it's gonna be.
Right,
That's
why I
when the
got
only way you put like this. If you want that, you just got to make it happen and build
Yeah,
your own service.
no
That
doubt.
mean there is no. We're not climbing no ladders and doing all this other
Right.
stuff, kissing nobody's ass or nothing.
Right.
You're gonna be. You got to build your own service to do. That's
But
what
see,
it's
now
gonna
you
be.
see the vision I'm talking about.
Yes.
Because there's no, why am I going to the NFL?
Correct. Yeah.
To like what? Do like a 2-year
Program or some
apprenticeship?
crazy nonsense. Nah.
What the what? What are you talking? No, that ain't gonna work even if I wanted to do it, because sooner or later I'm gonna have to bump. Come on, LJ.
Right.
Ain't no way, because the dude that I'm gonna have to take my orders from, I already know like the 1 and 2, 3 steps ahead of him.
I'm telling you, once you break the 40-hour work week program,
oh boy,
there ain't no going. I'm telling you, man, ain't no going back.
You know, I already been there already.
Yes, I know. There ain't no going back. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I had to, don't get me wrong. If I had to, but that's the last resort for me.
Boy.
The absolute last.
I'll be honest, going back to that 9 to 5 with the 40, which has been a couple of weeks ago, bro, the motivation is real.
I bet, man.
This is making it just that much more hungry for me.
I bet. My youngest son had to do it. He's like, man, Dad, man. He's like, man, I'm working around debt slaves every day. They talk about all this negative this, negative that, negative. I'm like, yep. I said, that's why I had to get out of there.
And there's no disrespect to them, because they don't know no better.
They don't know.
But do you know what their whole life is geared around? The weekend.
The weekend, I know. Ain't that crazy?
Bro, there's 7 days in a week.
And the commercial, notice how the commercials are geared to, hey, happy Friday. That's like, yeah.
Or buy our Jeep, because on the weekends, wow. See
you know, so crazy. I know it's a little bit off. Never once, when I was in it, never once did I say, why am I always happy about Friday? I never said that to myself.
I know.
Never.
I know.
Why do I feel so good Saturday? Why does Saturday feel so good to me? I never asked myself that question.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh man.
But man, it's a beautiful thing to be outside the matrix. But when you look into the matrix, you feel like sorry for them.
Right. Well, I took that away too, because it's a choice. They're choosing not to trust the calculator.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a choice.
You're right.
It's a
but when you see them taking those steps, you just go, ugh,
you know what I say? You know what I say? That's all part of the system. Them not knowing helps us.
Right.
It's a balance. It's like putting
it's the universe.
Of course, it's like hooking up a battery and only hooking up the negative cable, wondering why the car won't start. Hey, why won't it start?
And you just keep cranking and trying to crank and crank.
And vice versa too. You got to think about it. If you just hooked up the positive and not the negative, you ain't gonna start the car. They need both, right? So if they choose to do that, hey, that's plus for me. If not, hey, come over here. It's a plus too.
Right. Because it really is about decision making.
That's what it's a choice. You trust math or not.
Yeah.
That's it, man. It's not. So that makes you not feel sad about debt slaves, because they're choosing it.
Ultimately, you are, because here's what I look at. Like, say you might not know the information you need,
right?
But you're in search. If you're passionately searching for something, you're gonna come across something. If it ain't SMD, it's gonna be something similar.
Yeah, you know what?
Because your vibrations are looking for, and the vibrations will be likewise. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I mean, it's all. Listen, it's all part of the program. You know, they think money looks like something. They think it's a car or house. I get it. Totally get it. Totally understand. It's all part of. But this is what SMD is here for. And now we're going to take that same psychological way that you that you're talking every day. You probably just don't even notice it because it's natural for you that you're just going to take it to the same level in your scouting.
Yeah.
That's it, man. It really is that simple.
This is going to be beautiful because like my main passion for the whole thing is, my main passion for the whole thing is just to help others.
Correct.
Because here's what people don't understand. Like, I might not have so-called made it in most people's eyes, but the making it part don't fulfill me. See what I mean? Like, what I mean by that, like, to most people, like meeting Dion or maybe meeting this GM.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, they think that's like the ultimate. See what I'm saying? That ain't the ultimate to me. The only thing I would want to do with them is just communicate regular ball.
Correct.
But other than that,
you don't have to explain it to me. You don't have to explain. I know exactly. When I hear me say I'm gonna be around the world, they think, oh, no, that's just what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's gonna be like that. I'm not saying, I'm not bragging. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. No, I totally. Yeah. I mean, it's just. It's the what's the word I'm looking for? It's the next progressive thing. It's already the next step, and you don't even have to know about it. You see what I'm saying? Because you not only are you putting in the homework, it's just your destiny.
That's what it is. I know. I'm excited for you, Ken. I want you to use these. That's why I'm using this platform. Now you can send these links. I want you to watch this video again. You tell me the clips. I'll clip it for you. I'm gonna do everything I need to do to make it happen for you.
I can already see the success coming. That, like I said, if it was a stock, you definitely need to get it right now.
You know how I know it's working? I listen to the people. The people come, hey man, can you please don't have that guy on there? I'm like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. You stopped to leave a comment to say that. Why don't you just not watch it? I don't get it. See, stuff like that to me. If I come across a channel and somebody's saying something that I don't like, I just don't watch that episode.
Yeah.
I don't need to say it to nobody, but that's how I know it's working. Oh, you bothering? Oh, Ken's bothering somebody.
Right.
That means it's working.
Right.
That means it's going. That means it's happening. I don't get that. It doesn't upset me, but I get it. I mean, but you notice this though. Even you see how long I've been on. People don't come over here talking crap under my comments. Have you noticed that?
No, I never see any negativity.
Never. Because they know the reason why they don't, because they don't understand it. That's why they can't comment on it.
Right.
See what I'm saying? They'll never talk crap. Nobody.
But you know how their mind would be blown if you just gave them a glimpse of the Sixth Sense.
Oh man, they wouldn't even understand that.
That would be so much warp.
Oh, that's pride. That's community only.
Yeah, that would be like, wow. That would be like not good. That would be like, it would actually be a negative for them. Oh, because it might actually like take them back further. Because they would almost be thinking too much. You get what I'm saying?
For a debt slave that doesn't know they're a debt slave to hear the Sixth Sense channel, they wouldn't even wait a minute. You don't even know you're a debt slave? Yeah, don't even come to this channel. You won't even understand anything.
That it would almost be like you looking at, like, you getting ready to ride a ride and you looking for the price of admission, but you look on the board and there's nothing on it.
Right. There's nothing on it.
It's like, then like you're like, okay, your mouth just opens like, I see it says admission price, but there's nothing underneath. What's going on here?
Yeah. Exactly.
See, now you're just, do you even walk up there? Because you're just going, well, what's the price? I don't even know if I can afford it.
Well, you look at SMD. SMD has about 40, what do we got? 45, 44,000. I mean, excuse me, 4,400.
I remember before you didn't even have 1,000. Remember that?
I didn't even have 1,000. So right now we're at, let me look at it real quick. We're at 4,436. Okay. Now that's low. I mean, compared to the bigger scheme of things, like that's like minuscule compared to if you go to the top person, they're in multi-millions. And I'm in 40. But the people that come here, they stay here. My numbers, I might lose a few people here and there, but they stay because they know this information is very rare. So the concentration of people here equals up to millions, really.
Yeah. Because so many people drop off at the bigger ones.
The 6 cents, yeah, for the big ones, exactly.
Right.
6 cents is going to be even lower than that.
Yeah.
That's a good thing for me.
Right.
Because they know once you come in here, you're going to get some information here that you're definitely not going to get anywhere else.
Well, it's going to change your life.
Oh, it's going to change your whole life, entire life.
I mean, SMD already does, but this is a whole nother level.
Correct.
You know.
Yep, correct, man. So this is what we're gonna do for you. This is how it all starts, man. This is how it
Well,
does.
you know what? I'm definitely gonna hook you up with that. I was just on my top of my head right now with the info for the contact.
Okay, yeah.
Contact me, so I'll hit you up with that.
Send me that in the email too. Send me that in email so I can copy.
Yeah, I'll get you
the details.
And then for next week, man, we're gonna be ready to rock and roll and talk some evaluation for real.
Okay, I'll be ready.
If they want to hear some real live evaluation, you're gonna hear the scout going at it full go with it.
It don't even matter if they want to hear. That's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna roll anyway.
They don't want to hear it. They just click onto another channel.
Right.
All right, man. We're gonna wrap this up then, sir. Appreciate you coming on.
Oh, no question about it. Come on, man.
Thank you as always, man. And stay on. We're gonna talk for a minute when we get off here. So thank you everybody for joining today. And I'm gonna put the details of his information in the details of this video. And if you can reach out to him when you feel like it. So I appreciate it. Any last words, Mr. Ken?
No, other than I really appreciate the feedback that I see in the comments, and I'm looking forward to even next week. You know, as I'm giving evaluations in live, I'm gonna be doing it live, so ain't gonna be no stuttering. If you want to call up or interact in the comments, please do, because I love the interaction.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Actually, you know what? I got to do something right after here, so I'm gonna reach out to you after minutes. Send me that email though, Ken. Okay.
I got you.
All right, sir. We'll talk later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Andre, for your support. Appreciate it. As always. Ken, thank you. I see this going places for real. Well, I always do. I always see things going places. That's just how I am. But anyway, I will be back on shortly. Just do a Sunday. I'm gonna just do a Sunday one, and we can just talk about anything what's going on in the economy today, because I'm not really even following it anymore. They're just doing the same old stuff. But if you guys got some big stuff, we're gonna talk about it in a minute. So I'll see you guys shortly. All right, later.